Welcome to IFPG Discover, hosted by your president, Red Boswell. Join Red as he engages with founders and senior leaders of exciting franchise brands to explore valuable insights and uncover the fascinating stories behind remarkable franchise opportunities. Matching your candidates with great brands has never been simpler. Now here's your host, Red Boswell.
Yes, consultants, welcome back to another IFPG Discover, discovering great brands. And you know what I'm going to do. That's drums, by the way. The great people behind those brands. We are joined today by our friends at Musicologie and, yes, a Rupham brand. So we have the one and only Annie Pomponio.
Pomponio,
thank you. I mispronounce names on purpose so they can correct it.
Okay.
And then founders of Musicologie, we have Kay Barker and Joseph Barker. Excited to learn from all aspects of this very cool, very hot, very on trend, very on the lips of the consultants every day, very getting the territory checks off the 4 digits kind of territory check volume we're talking here, gang. So welcome, Joseph, Kay, and Annie.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Happy to be
you,
here,
Red.
One of the fun things about having more than one person is we get to talk over each other a lot. That's okay. It just makes it more real. We have a kind of overview of what we're going to talk about, but we're fluid. We could go all over the place here. I'm going to start with Kay because I met Kay first. I met Kay at the Young. That's with Young with a Y, not Young conference, because we're young around here, okay, gang? We're young at heart. And she and her team rocked that place of emerging brands. So, Kay, who is Musicologie?
Thanks, Red. Musicologie is a brick and mortar private music lessons studio. We're bringing private music lessons to communities all across the country. If you want to learn to play the piano, you want to learn to, finger tap like Eddie Van Halen on the guitar, like Musicologie is your place.
Sweet. Can you play all those instruments, Kay?
No.
I bet
No, we
you're
have
close.
so many teachers. Yeah, I can. I play the piano and I sing and I play the ukulele.
Awesome. And Joseph, what's your I see guitar behind you.
Yeah, that's the first guitar I ever bought. It's a Gretsch. It's amazing. I love it. I still play it. I got a couple of amps in the corner and a piano across from me. I started on piano when I was 5 and never looked back. Learned drums, learned guitar, learned production engineering, recording, songwriting. Music has been a part of my life since I was 5, since I started piano lessons in my tiny town of Orange City, Iowa, with the quintessential church lady in her basement. That's how I learned to play the piano. It worked for me, and it doesn't work for everybody though, which is why Musicology is here. We're changing that.
Heck yeah. I mean, I'm with you, bro. I've got my first guitar I ever bought. And I can't do the Eddie Van Halen tapping quite yet, Kay, although my wife thinks I can. That's all that matters.
That
But music is part of so many people's lives. It brings so much joy and so much fulfillment. I know I started at a young age in choir, just like you, Joseph, and so love what you guys are doing. And gang, when I met Kay at Young Conference, there was sort of a Shark Tank atmosphere. And each of the maybe 6 or 8 brands got up, shared their business. Now, Kay did not dazzle the world, way back then anyway, this is probably 2.5 years ago, with numbers. She didn't blow minds with open units. She didn't talk about this incredible team she had like she now has with Rupham. She just talked about her passion for music. And guess who won the freaking thing? I mean, she won. I thought
Not us, no.
you did.
But second place.
Second place. I mean, I was okay. My bad. Second place. Well,
But in
somebody.
your heart and mind, we won. And I agree with that entirely. Yeah.
You stood out the most.
I voted for you.
Yeah.
And that's
Awesome.
it.
Okay, before we jump into the consultant, the candidate, let's hit the consumer a little more. So why does the consumer out there choose Musicologie? There's some other bigger brands. Give us some differentiators and what makes y'all special.
Yeah, well, we are your private music lessons studio. Young parents all over the country grew up taking 30-minute lessons with the church lady in their basement. And that's what we do. We just do it. We kind of brought it into the modern world, and we have a cool app, and we have great features, and we also have really amazing teachers and really amazing ways to support them, so that those musicians who are teaching those lessons and teaching you how to finger tap like Eddie Van Halen, they're making a good living doing it, and they can support themselves and become career musicians and professionals. They deserve to be paid and treated. So those are our big differentiators. Basically, our teachers, and the fact that we're not reinventing the wheel. We're just doing something that parents everywhere want. They know music is amazing for kids' brains. They know it's great for their brains, and they want to bring it to their kids, and they want to do it in a way that feels familiar, but also convenient, easy, with a great like interface online for our app.
Right on.
So
Standardizing.
yeah,
This is
that's right. That's what we do.
dominated by mom and pops, you know?
Yeah,
And your name is so perfect for what you do. By the way,
that's right.
can I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5.5 years of trombone. Can I learn trombone there?
You can any
Okay.
instrument, any instrument. Yeah.
I don't want to learn
Our,
trombone again.
oh,
I'll stick with the guitar and I'll be the
yours is good.
front man for
Yeah.
Joseph.
But yeah,
There you
any
go.
instrument. And we actually have a lot of franchisees who are from like Southeast Asian descent. And there's some really cool instruments that they know and love and know that their communities are passionate about, like thing that you can have and learn and provide teachers for at your
Okay.
musicology. So sitar, all of that good stuff.
How about, has any musicology ever taught didgeridoo? Is that how you say it?
Didgeridoo,
Didgeridoo.
yeah.
We've never had a didgeridoo lesson, but that is now my goal. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. New
I'm
bucket
writing
list.
that down.
We
Didgeridoo.
have a friend who plays didgeridoo, and it is the weirdest,
Yeah.
creepiest thing you've seen.
I know, right? You should just have them come to the studio one time and have somebody pay $5, and now you can say you've done
Yeah.
whatever that is called.
Yep. Yeah,
Right on.
agreed.
Now, sidebar, Joseph, you guys did some cool touring. So, consultants, these are real people. You're talking about, you're casting a vision for the culture and who the candidate's going to get to know and build their life with. So, Joseph, give us a little insight on some background in your music career.
Yeah, we did a ton of touring, Red, and music has affected us so deeply, and that's where musicology comes from, is like our experience as musicians. It just dramatically affected the whole trajectory of our lives, and we don't need every person to do that, but they can affect one little piece of their life just by taking a few music lessons. So we were in a band called Belarus right out of college, me and Kay, and we had a van that ran on waste vegetable oil. And it was this amazing thing. It smelled like French fries. We'd stop at Chinese restaurants and siphon the oil out of their used tanks and run the van on it. And it was crazy and weird. And we did that for years and years, playing with people like Sarah McLachlan, Hart, I think Kay was on stage with at a concert, Walk the Moon, like really cool big acts. And we got to experience that life. And it was awesome. And we're happy to have had that experience, but I'm also happy to not be driving around a van powered by waste vegetable oil anymore.
Well, let's see here. So, I have on my wall, I got Soundgarden.
Yeah, nice.
I got
Nice.
U2, Ramones, Tribe Called Quest, Nights of Ebb,
Yeah,
Pretty in Pink.
Legit.
Anyway,
that's
but
that's
Legit.
a good
Yeah.
eclectic mix. That's
Yeah.
great. I
I'm
love
I'm
it.
proud of you. Yeah.
showing my age. I have over on the other side.
Yeah.
Got some Guns N' Roses and Red Hot Chili Peppers over there.
Love.
Suicidal
Oh yeah,
Tendencies.
Chili Peppers.
Sometimes.
They were one of my favorites, man.
Me too. In
Love it.
1989, I took them out to eat after the Mother's Milk Tour. It's fun times.
Did
Anyway,
you?
we'll
Wow.
talk at retreat about those stories.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Right on.
Hitting it.
So, where were we? Let's talk ideal candidate, Annie. So, you're director of franchise development with Rep'em. You had your pick of the litter, no doubt, of some cool brands who you wanted to represent. Why did you choose musicology? And then we can flow right into who that ideal candidate is.
Sure. So I was recruited by Rep'em specifically for musicology. There were a few brands, leading up to when I was ready to leave my almost 8-year tenure where I was before in franchise development. And once I learned about musicology, I was sold, and it was the risk of, leaving, working for very, very seasoned brands to help this emerging brand grow. And then I started researching Kay and Joseph, and once I met him, I was like, let's do this. We are going to kill it. And it was the best risk I ever took. I have got to tell you, I have been fulfilled in so many ways. I am so passionate about this brand, and it shows. I talk musicology, I talk my face off every day, all day long, and it never gets boring.
So
Um,
what is your instrument of choice?
my instrument of choice, well, I took piano lessons for 6 years, and it was again basement apartment, 30 minutes every Saturday at 10 a.m. Had I had a place to go to, I know by the time I hit like middle school, I wouldn't have been bored with it, but I got bored with it too. And I just think to myself, where was musicology when I was doing my basement apartment? And I think about my sweet teacher, Becky, and she was having kids of her own, and she had kids traipsing in and out of her basement apartment, trying to feed babies and teach lessons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where was musicology for her? She
Yep.
could have had a place to go. She could have acquired more students. So, I mean, it really is twofold in our mission statement of creating an inclusive community of music explorers. Welcome anyone. We don't care how old you are, how young you are. If you've been told you've never been talented at this, join us, and to empower our teachers to
Well,
build sustainable careers. Our teachers deserve it. Teachers in the arts are typically drastically underpaid or
okay.
unemployed. So, this works, this concept, and it's a beautiful thing to talk about every
Standardize
day.
something that really needs some systems. I tell you what, my guitar teacher was a great dude, but I think he was dealing paraphernalia on the side, if you know what I mean. So, so
He 100% was. Yeah, absolutely.
What you gotta do.
because he wasn't making enough money. I was paying him like 20
Yep.
bucks. That was when 20 bucks was a
Yep.
lot. Anyway, any ideal candidates? And
Yeah.
how many have you awarded now?
Oh my gosh, we're upwards of 50 plus. We
No,
are,
no, we're at 92. 92
that's, oh,
total
92
territories. I'm sorry.
territories.
I
territories.
thought you meant
92
franchise
total
agreements.
territories. Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
So it sounds like 50-ish on the Z's and territories are about double that, so averaging around a two-pack.
Yep.
2 to 3 packs. We might do a 5 pack here
Yeah.
coming up, but yeah.
How
Yeah.
big is this brick? It's brick and mortar, right?
Yep, it is. We're targeting between about 12 and 1900 square feet, give or take. Class A real estate works, Class B real estate, B plus, as
Yeah.
long as that surrounding demographic supports it. And we're, you know, looking at households with kids. We want to see about 10,000 households with kids under 18.
Okay.
But this isn't a business reliant, on business to consumer foot traffic. It's an appointment based business. So, you don't have to be in that traditional storefront.
Right.
As long as, it's a safe area and the demographic supports it, save some money and be a little bit off the beaten path.
Totally. So destination for sure. With the internet
Yeah.
now, you can get so much exposure that way and social media. Um, Joseph, have y'all designed this around an executive model option or is it full-time only?
Absolutely executive. Yeah, that's we when we went into franchising, Kay and I wanted to have our personal studios that we own. We wanted those to be an executive model for us. And so we built that and then we started franchising. And so we know for sure it can work. It's working for lots of our franchisees. We wanted that to be kind of the primary way that we go to market. Listen, if you want to be an owner operator, you can absolutely do that. But you don't have to, and that's not how we run our studios.
Nice. Awesome. Kay, I heard him say our studios. So how many locations have y'all launched yourself?
We own or co-own 8 studios ourselves
Wow.
in Indiana and Ohio.
Awesome.
Yep.
And own or co-own. So with the co-owners, are they ultimately going to be franchisees? You can keep it in a partnership type approach?
Yeah, we have different partnership structures, but they're basically franchisees.
Yeah.
It was before we were franchising,
Right
so
on.
different.
Nice. Thank you. Beautiful. Consultants. Did you hear that? That is something to share. They launched 8 of their own. And so before they enfranchise, so they understand it, they proved it out, they built the model, they built the systems, they scaled it themselves internally before going external. All right. Annie, we know multi-unit is on the table. It's popular. We know the executive or the owner operator is on the model on the table. We understand the size, 1,200 to 1,900, A or B space. Anything else before we jump over to financials, Annie?
Ideal candidates. So the people who are being awarded franchise agreements are people like us. They are everyday people. They're people with good work ethic. They're people with good problem solving skills. They're people who believe in community, who believe in education, and who believe in the power of music. But 100% of all of the new owners who have signed their franchise agreements in a year and a half, they have one thing in common, and it's that they want to make more money. And this more money that they're making is at the end of the day making them smile and make them feel so proud of what they have done to bring more light and joy and education to their community. And in the end, that's even more rewarding than building a
You
fatter wallet.
you can't impact lives and pursue your passions without some paying your bills.
That's
So
right.
I love that you ended on that. They care, they're good people, they're giving back to the community. But guess what? Got to make some money in the same process. So the
That's
marriage of those two, the passion and the profit, is a great marriage.
yep.
All right, we're moving on over to Money Money Monet. Joseph, item 7 is where we love to begin, the low end to the high end of the overall investment.
Yep. So we start at 190,000, goes all the way up to 386,000. So relatively low investment, especially compared to the our average EBITDA.
Totally. And the difference really being the rent, the lease cost.
Yeah, it's lease cost, but it's also build out costs. So
Yeah.
you can go into a place like a former massage parlor or a office that already has like 6 to 8 rooms built out. If you do that, then your build out can be really quick, really minimal, and you're going to be on the low end of that. If you go into Class A real estate, that's a vanilla box where you have to build everything out, you're definitely going to be on the high end of that. So we've done both, and we've actually personally Kay and I done both, and so we've experienced both of those trajectories. It can work either way, but that's going to be the difference between the low and the high cost.
Awesome. And I'm just stabbing here, Joseph, average around a
Yeah.
quarter million, think all in. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
How much of that, give or take quarter, is the franchise fee?
60K. So that's our
60.
franchise fee for a single. Yep.
Okay. And then you're doing a lot of twos and threes. Where does it go from there?
Yep. So it's 110 for two and then 135 for three.
Awesome. Okay, so 40 for the second, 25 for the third, gang. So
Yep.
beautiful, and that's why three packs are so popular. And if you've got an executive model, who is going to do an executive model and not do a three pack? I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
You're building it, and it's so
Three
easy to
pack
get
three
funding.
pack makes so much sense in this business. That's really where Kay and I kind of felt like we had the business under us. We understood it. We had a great team, and it really. I think a lot of people, a lot of franchisees, new business owners come to the table and they're like, "Well, 3 units is going to be 3 times as complicated as 1 unit." It doesn't work like that. It actually reduces in complexity because you're building more layers between yourself and the business through your team. And so, yeah, I we recommend everybody like build three. If the territories are good and available, that's the way to go for sure.
Hmm, awesome. Well, there are lots of U.S. veterans that love them some music and are the musicians themselves. Kay, I'm going to go to you. Veterans, how do you honor them at Musicology?
Yep, we have a veterans discount. We love veterans at Musicology. And yeah, send them our way.
Right on. Thank you
Yeah,
for honoring them. A beautiful discount. I think I saw on your profile is around 5,000. Joseph, does that sound right? 5,000?
That's right,
Yeah.
$5,000
Awesome.
off the
Okay.
franchise fee.
Thank you for honoring our veterans. Joseph, you get to do the honors, at least starting it out. We can share the honors here on item 19. A lot of folks just fast forward right to this category because it's so important to understand the power of what can really be made with this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And our item 19 is super detailed. We've got full P&Ls for all the stores that Kay and I own over some of them are relatively new, some of them are established. And so you got a good mix in there. It's not just 10-year-old businesses. So franchisees can really understand what their kind of trajectory is going to be. So just to give you some high level numbers here, our most successful studio is doing over $1 million a year. our average EBITDA, so this is average across our open studios, is 165K. So
EBITDA.
it's EBITDA,
Yeah.
correct? Yep.
Okay.
EBITDA, and that includes, I mean, everything's included in that. All operating costs, like your manager, everything. That's really a true EBITDA figure. A couple of other things that I think are really important for candidates to understand in there. One is our pre-sales numbers. So we have all of our studios who have recently been through pre-sales. So anybody in the past year. So these are really up-to-date numbers. We're averaging 100 pre-sales per studio. So that means before they get open, we pre-sell 100 memberships, and
Wow.
then our average membership, our average enrollment at a studio is 300 students. And so we want everybody to hit that, and we're setting everybody up for success in that pre-sales phase. So the last number that I think is really important is retention. So you got to get the students, but everybody asks, how quickly do they leave? Well, we have 93% monthly retention. And so 93% of your students are sticking around. And for established studio, that number even goes up, and you can see all that information in our item 19. Actually, and there's one more thing that I think is also important. A
Cool.
lot of franchisees come in and they say, okay, you got these P&Ls, but they're mostly like Midwest Columbus studios, and you negotiated your rent like 5 years ago. Like, what is my rent in Dallas? What is my rent in Connecticut? What is my rent in Seattle going to look like? And so we put in our item 19, we have our average rents for everybody who signed a lease in the last year. And so franchisees can see, okay, well, here's the average, here's where I might fall based on where I'm located. So we put all that stuff in there because we want to build businesses with people who are coming to us with full understanding, right? This is a partnership. We are excited to do that, and we want clarity from the beginning, so that when people come to Discovery Day, they've already answered all these questions, right? Like they know what the details are, and that last step is just understanding like who we are as people, and what that relationship is going to be like. So that's why that's all in there. Happy to answer specific questions about all that. I know it was a lot.
Well, I would rather ask Kay.
I don't blame you. I don't
Let's
blame you.
no. So Kay, you were at the Young Conference again, the darling of the ball. No doubt after that event, you got calls left and right from FSOs, folks wanting to help you grow and guide you and represent you, etc. You chose Repham. Give us some understanding of that, because we did hear Josh talk about the build out. We heard him talk about their pre-sales. So you could touch on that if you want, or anything else that really attracted you to the Repham team.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same calculus that our franchisees make when they are deciding, right? Well, you want to choose people that you believe will have your back, and that you're building together towards something that you both believe in, right? So it's the same thing with Repham. Those people, I mean, Repham does a great job, but they are also good people, and they want to do right by their own people and by the candidates that they have come in. They're doing amazing work. I think we all know that about Rebel. They just are rock. But the thing that made us choose them is that they're also good people.
Did you did
So
you did you make Nick and Rob sing before you accepted them? Did they have to? That would have been epic. That would have been totally great.
you know, no, but Nick is so I stopped teaching a few years ago to focus, all of my efforts in franchising and my chief education officer role. But Nick is my one and only student. So I'm giving him voice lessons, and it's great.
Voice lessons.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Drop the bomb, Nick. In
Yeah.
fact, you may
So
just
yeah,
have
ask him to sing for you.
at retreat. We
Kurt
have the
Cobain.
Repham Dockside party. You may have to sing "Drop a Bomb on
Yep.
Me, Baby" or something. Nice.
Kurt Cobain, Teen Spirit.
Yeah,
Have him do
yeah,
it.
we've been working
Really,
on some Nirvana. Yeah.
really. Wow. Talk about a surreal video when that came out on
Yeah.
MTV, wasn't it? Annie, you are front and center rep 'em all day long. Tell us about rep 'em. Why is it special and different than just a typical FSO?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the four pillars of REPM, which make us, which differentiate us, is, well, first of all, I just want to say the people, just like Kay said, like the longevity of staff and the people like me stick around for a really long time. So I think that that says a lot. But our Brandom team is there to help with make everything stand out, make everything unique, make sure that people are aware of what musicology is. So you've got the Brandon team, Grow 'em. I'm a part of Grow 'em. This is what we do. We are the subject matter experts in franchising, franchise growth, and this allows our franchisors to focus on getting these new owners in the system trained and do what they do best, and we're helping grow in the system. And the Build 'em team, I mean, my goodness, what other FSO has the subject matter experts in franchising, franchise build outs, franchising commercial real estate, project managing the whole real estate process, doing all of that heavy lift? Because most of the new owners coming into the system, any system, don't have any commercial real estate experience. So knowing that you can go about doing what you're doing and build them in cohesion with musicology is helping you get open and get open in a timely manner and getting trained at the same time. And
Solid.
then the brains behind all of this is the Scalum team. So, Scalum is designing all of these systems and processes to allow our franchisors to grow and to do what they do, and to get all these systems in place to, keep this process going in a very efficient way. And it's working.
Yeah, it is. Huge team there at rep 'em. Joseph, talking teams, tell us about your team. You've got the rep 'em team. So when a candidate and a consultant presents a candidate, they go right to Annie and her team. How does the process flow?
Yeah, absolutely. So once a candidate signs, then of course our team takes over. We do a welcome call with everybody, with our onboarding specialist, whose name is Megan, and she is incredible. And one of the reasons why she's incredible is that she has been a an operating partner with me and Kay. She's owned a studio for 8 years now, and that's true for almost everybody on our team. And it's really special at this point in our growth. Everybody who is a touch point with franchisees has experience owning a musicology, operating a musicology, all the way down the line. We have two franchisees who are on our team as well. And so we come at it from an operator mindset, every single person. So we've got 12 people on our team now, and I think 10 of those own and operate music schools. And so we want to keep that ratio. We'll see if we can, but I just think it's hugely important for our team to understand both at a tactical level, like what a franchisee is going through, but honestly, also at an emotional level, like what is it like to be an owner? What is it like to have those tough conversations with your team? What is it like to experience the joy of pushing a business forward that you worked on yourself? It's an incredible thing. And so yeah, our team is awesome. We've been growing a lot. We'll probably add another couple of people before the end of the year.
Right on. And Annie, you've got a pretty incredible team too. Remind us who all the candidate and consultant might be working with through your team.
Yeah, exactly. Well, me, of course, and because we are growing and we have so many leads coming in, that I have Christine Hansen, who is backing me up. I did have Spike backing me up before. He still does take a couple every now and then my VP is Jen Reek, and so she is the one who's going to be doing all of the, pre-discovery day prep, meeting with them after discovery day. So a good strong team here of some great folks to talk musicology.
Killer. Awesome. Well, it is time to brag. No humility allowed. We're going to start with Kay, and Joseph's going to back her up with anything she doesn't mention. But awards, rankings, PR, exciting news. Kay, what can you share?
Yeah, well, I mean, not to toot our own horn, but we got PG's top emerging brand
Oh, yes,
from
you did.
last year. So that was a pretty memorable thing. We were also recognized with Sidekick, their consultants. So Annie was their top closer last year. And Annie should talk about it, but she got to go up in a fighter jet as like a award for that, right, Annie?
Whoa.
Yes, and I didn't puke.
Wow.
Which
I
is
came
the real
close.
world.
I
Did you pass
came,
out?
nope,
Okay.
nope, nope. But the good news is I didn't puke. And there are some people who did. I won't mention names.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Love
we're
that.
really proud of that, and our things have been going over the last 18 months with Repum. We're also in the next month or so we're going to hit 100 awarded, which is just exciting. We're going to open 5 studios next month, a couple in Atlanta, in North Carolina, in Utah, and then we're going to be opening up a ton this fall. So lots and lots of really exciting things coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, indeed. Becoming a household name. Joseph, anything to add there?
Man, I think the biggest thing is just the 100 territory mark. We've had our eye on that for a while, and we're just about to get there. So when we do, and I think we'll have that by our conference, which is happening in September. All of our current franchisees are coming to Columbus for our very first conference, and so I think we'll be able to celebrate that then.
Yes. Fun times. Isn't it great to be in franchising? That's
It's
beautiful.
so great.
It totally is. Well, gang, we already went way over time, but this is a cool brand, cool people, great founders on the call, our friends at Repum on the call. So much to learn, and I think we're going to hit some massive numbers on watching this because so many people love cool brands that are just unique, different, setting up people for passion and profit combined through franchising. It's a great time to be with IPG, with Repum, and certainly with Musicologie. Again, guys, thanks again for joining us. Can't wait to see you at Retreat, some of the regionals down the road, and everywhere in between as you grow and do indeed become a household name through Musicologie. Guys, that was
Yay.
your IPG Discover for the week. Thanks for joining us, Joseph, Kay, and Annie. See you on the next one. Mwah.